Email subject lines. I know it's tough. I've said it a few times before. If you can get your email subject line to work, that'll solve most of your problems with cold email. If your emails are not getting opened, people are not seeing the message. Meaning, nothing else you do, improving the script, making sure the targeting's correct, any of that, none of that matters if people do not open the emails that you're sending. So, in today's video, we're gonna go through so many subject lines. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna go on Excel, and I am just going to riff subject lines. You can use these, you can test them. The typical testing process that we do at Experiment 27 is to send subject lines in batches of 10. So for every subject line, we're gonna send it to 10 prospects and see what the open rates are. The worst mistake that you can make when sending cold emails, especially when you start, is giving up too soon. I had a coaching client recently who was very happy on the call, and then a few weeks later, she emailed me back and she's like, oh, I only got 3 responses on 100 sends. I'm abandoning this project completely. I don't think cold email's for me. And I had to explain to her that 3 responses on 300 sends, yeah, that's bad, but let's look at your open rates first. Is anyone even looking at the email? And then we can dig into everything else, including, is this a bad business and something we shouldn't pursue? But let's make sure people actually see the emails first. So let's jump into subject lines and hopefully solve that problem. There's a couple different ways to approach subject lines. The one that's been working the best for us at Experiment 27 for some clients is an emoji. So finding a relevant emoji for the type of business. So for instance, we were selling to breweries recently, and so we might put a beer emoji, and that's gonna be one subject line that we test. That's one down. This can be used for any niche. For instance, if you're sending to hair salons, it might be a scissor emoji. Other emojis could work as well. Let's say cry laughing emoji. That's a good one. You might wanna do just an email emoji. And I'm trying to hit a few different ones. So these are both relevant to the niche. This is a cry laughing, this is an email emoji. If we're testing everything, I would say you've done some happy emojis. Let's do the basic smiley face, that could work. And then let's do an angry face. Let's see both positives and negatives. So those are emoji subject lines. The second thing I want to try is company name / your company name. And what I found is, so let's say Experiment 27 and Tyson. Let's say Tyson Chicken is the target. That is one way to send it. There are dozens of variations you can do on this. So for instance, X27 and Tyson is so that it could be folded down. I like X27, I like Experiment 27. If your company name can do that, maybe it's an acronym for your company. I know I've said no acronyms in the past, but we're testing everything. Maybe it's an acronym for your company and their company. So that's one. And then there's other ones, Experiment 27 and Tyson. Drew, the sales manager back at Dom and Tom, came up with this double slash, and I still like it. There are other crazy ones you can do. This one has done pretty well for our clients. X27, then a couple arrows, and then Tyson. There's also Experiment 27 and Tyson, and then all of these can be swapped as well. Tyson and Experiment 27, Tyson and X27, Tyson, the double Drew slash, I'll say that. Tyson / Experiment 27, Tyson, double arrows, X27, Tyson, and Experiment 27. Perfect. The other ones that work are variations on question or quick question. I think this comes from Stelly or Aaron Ross. Quick question, maybe Stelly. I'll give Stelly credit for this one. But let's try quick question, try the standard. Question, quick Q about marketing. Question for you. Quick question for you. Just riff them. This is basically what we're doing. We need enough of these to test so we can get good data. I'm gonna have this document, by the way, down below, and you can check out all of these subject lines. The other ones are variations on hello or hi. I remember when I was going after a job, this subject line, hi from Alex, did really well. That's from Ramit Sethi at I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and we can do some variations on that. Hello from Alex, just your first name. The other one that's worked for Lorelia is just the word documentary, because we're selling documentaries. So maybe something about what your niche is. So for instance, documentary, explainer video, SEO, new app. The other one that works pretty well is talking about a meeting in the future. Stuff like meeting Wednesday, meeting next week, call today. Then you can talk about what's in the email as well. Just try to keep it a little generic, stuff like idea for you, 2 ideas, idea for company. Another one that performs very well in certain niches for Experiment 27 clients are emails that are about passion, the passion subject line. Things like, I was born to work with company. We were meant to work together. I will work for you for free. That's a Ramit Sethi one as well, if I remember correctly. The other ones could be free ideas. I will manage your Facebook free. So just something specific about the service. This would be for social media management. I'll put the classic in here. No subject line has been proven to work. The other one would be something very specific, and this is risky. That's what we're doing here though. We're coming up with risky ones. Let's say you were looking at their Twitter and you found out that they like dogs. You could write something like, heard you like dogs. Or if you saw they liked a specific song. I know the meeting that I had with Berman, it was one of my first meetings with Joe Zemer. I went over this in a past video, but one of my first meetings when I came to New York to talk jobs. And one of the things I kept talking about was the song You Can Call Me Al, because he tweeted about it. So you might say something like that, you can call me Al. That would be relevant if your name was Alex, but also if they like that song. And that can change based on whoever you're selling to. The other one is if you find out you went to the same college as them. I went to FGCU, so I might say FGCU alumni, or greetings from a fellow GCU alum, question from an FGCU alumni. And then we'll actually go over 50. The other ones are compliments in the first line. Stuff like impressed, or love your work, huge fan, impressed by what you've done. In general, shorter subject lines work better, but because open rates change per niche, it's worth testing a bunch of these and seeing what works for your specific offer and business. If you want all of these subject lines, there's a link down in the description below. You can check them out. If you want the proposal that we use on new client calls, that is over at experiment27.com/proposal. Do you want us to use cold email to get you in touch with billion-dollar brands, some of the biggest companies in the world? We've done it a bunch and we'd love to help. Check that out at experiment27.com. If you found this video valuable, I would love if you would share it with someone else you think would also get value. That would mean a lot to me personally. Thanks for watching the video. I'm Alex Berman.